Alright, in this video here, we're going to go through part 3 of the building a content-based filtering model, where we're going to be building a 3-attribute model. So if you've already been running part 1 and part 2, or if you just ran part 2, then you won't have to do what I'm going to do here at the very start. So you can kind of skip past this first, where we're importing the song rating string, and then creating the train test split, and downloading the validation data. If you've already done everything up until where it says 1-attribute model, then skip past this and go right down to the part 3. If you haven't, then remember we need to import our libraries as always, and we need to do this in order. And then we need to change these variables up here to the variables that we actually think are going to be best predicting our song preferences. So me personally, I like kind of upbeat songs, I like positive songs. So mine were the tempo, the energy, and the liveness. And then I'm going to go ahead and run this and paste in my song rating string. Press enter there. And then I do need to create my train test split and download the validation set. So you can go ahead and do that. And then if you've already done the 1-attribute and the 2-attribute model, we're now moving down to the 3-attribute model, which is interesting because now we don't see any graph anymore, because now we have 3 predictor variables. We have, in my case, tempo. Well, let me run this first. Tempo, energy, and liveness all predicting my song rating. So looks like there's no way to visualize that. And I want you to think about that. Think about how we were able to visualize 2 different predictor variables in one, and why would we not be able to do that in this case when we have 3 predictor variables? That's actually one of the questions you'll have to answer in your slides. But again, you'll go through and you'll change your model complexity. What we're looking for is that low testing error. We're looking for trying to get low testing error, so 0.67, that's pretty good. Wow, this model might be really good. Let's see, can we get back jump to 20, so let's see, what's my single level of complexity? 0.92, but no, the level of complexity of 2 is better. It's 0.67. That's like one of the lowest I've seen in a while. So that's pretty good. And then in here you can see, instead of having that graph, what we'll have is a list of all of the songs that we rated before, the actual ratings that we gave when we rated the 23 songs, and then this is what this 3-attribute model predicted. And you can see how far away some of those are. That's pretty good. Alright, and then if we go down here and we run this one, we'll actually look at the test data. So notice how 2/3 of our songs, our rating songs, are up here in the training data. 1/3 of the songs are in the testing data. And so then we can see how well it did against our testing data, which is pretty close for a lot of these things. So with this here, you can kind of think if we could continue to add attributes, we'd probably get even closer and closer and closer to the actual values. You know, this one at the top is pretty bad, right? It was predicted that I was going to rate it an 8, and I only rated it a 4. So we have some room for improvement, but I mean, for this one, 7 and 7, 9 and 10, that's pretty good. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to play another song, and we're going to see how it predicts we will actually rate this. So here we go. When you press enter, it's playing that same song. And I think my song was like a 6, so that's an 8. That's not bad. Okay, this one, a little country song, it predicted I rated 10, and that's pretty accurate. I think I would rate a country song 10. And the watermelon sugar is 7, that's not too bad. So we'll see how it does for your individual ratings and your songs that you put in. But mine's pretty good. So once you finish that up, the last thing that you have to do is you have to export the songs with this content-based rating. So very similar to before where you had to copy a string. We're going to do that again, but this now has your individual content-based ratings in here. So if we run this, you have to type in your name, press enter, and then again triple click on here to copy. If you want to verify that you did this correct, and you can actually go down here, and if you run this, you can paste the string right in here. If you press enter, if you did it correctly, it'll say copied correctly. If you didn't, then it will say you didn't do it correctly. So you're going to take this string and you're actually going to paste this onto the last slide of your presentation, and that will be the final part of this unit project. All right, good luck, and I'll see you in class.